This week, we find out if a sander can be worth $600.
We find a Bosch ProFactor tool that overperforms and watch some of our favorite reviewers attempt to break some tools.
This is your Power Tool Week in Review.
Today's episode is brought to you by Ohio Power Tool, Pro Tools, Pro Service at the best prices at ohiopowertool.com. And Skill, the tools to do the job, the technology to do it better.
Welcome back, Power Tool fans. I'm Rob.
And I'm Sarah, and we have several tool stories for you, starting with Nick over at VCG, who hit a towering 400,000 subs this week, despite Vince being on his channel sometimes. Congrats, guys. This week, they also tested the new Flex Turbo Impact versus its Milwaukee Gen 3 rival. After their typical rigorous testing process, they both agreed.
From our testing, me and Nick kind of agree that they're very comparable impact drivers, especially when you start increasing the battery size on the Milwaukee.
Okay, that's all cool and stuff, but who actually won?
Well, there's obviously a clear-cut winner, Sarah.
The clear-cut winner in this test is you, the consumer.
What?
Well, I mean, as Vince put it, and like so many of our fans have discussed in the comments, that when you have two very well-made brands competing against each other, it benefits all. You know what? Forget this. DeWalt won.
They weren't even testing a DeWalt.
DeWalt wins.
Okay, well, if you want to decide for yourself if it was the
DeWalt
Flex or the Milwaukee, head over to VCG Construction.
This is Mr. Nicole Spagnuolo, or Mark if you're a close friend.
You're a close friend?
Yeah, I like to think so.
No, you're not.
No, definitely not. But I know he's a fellow connoisseur of ultra high-end sanders, and this week, Mark took some time away from his fine woodworking to give us an incredibly detailed comparison between the popular Festool ETSEC and the Mercaderos. These are not budget sanders. They're not even cordless. These are perfect examples of pro-level tools intended for professional challenges. Even if you have a pro challenge that needs addressing, you'd be an idiot to spend over $600 on a sander without learning as much as you can about your options, and Mark has you covered. Best of all, a tool like this would be lost on your average tool guy, but Mark is uniquely qualified as a master craftsman to notice and highlight the slight differences that will make one of these sanders the best one for you. For the full review, head on over to the Wood Whisperer, and I highly recommend watching the full 17 minutes.
Spaceman Nate is back, and this time he's got the new Ego 21-inch Select Cut for what appears to be his first ever mower review. Now, the Select Cut isn't exactly new, with the one exception being the XL model with a huge 10-amp-hour battery. And we've seen several reviews on this model so far. But Nate has a habit of being a stickler for details, and the review was no different. Nate loves the quiet operation, the LED lights, and how it easily stows upright and out of the way. He does, however, take issue with the bar extension for the handles and the $600 price he paid on sale. But most notable was the ability to mow his entire lawn and then move the same battery into a string trimmer, finishing the entire job with one battery. Must be nice. For the full review, head over to Dorsum Tool Reviews.
The team at Torque Test Channel threw on their safety goggles and headed into their Evo lab to determine if the new Bosch ProFactor GDS 18-volt 1/2-inch impact wrench lives up to the hype.
Was that one of the new Bosch Mega Crew things?
Oh, the megawatt crew? I don't think so.
So it wasn't one of like the big fist guns?
No, but I'm going to show them to you now, lest we forget the past and become doomed to repeat it. No, Bosch. That's bad Bosch. Anyways, this is actually their new 1/2-inch impact wrench, which benefits from all the new ProFactor features, including their non-turbo bi-turbo brushless motor, which they say delivers up to 740 foot-pounds of fastening torque and 1,180 foot-pounds of breakaway. So, how'd it do? Shockingly well.
Making this tool the first high torque we've seen tested that's actually underrated.
Yep, Bosch has been trying to make some noise with their new ProFactor series, and in this case, they're doing it. For the full review, head over to Torque Test Channel.
There were a few more tool reviews we think you won't want to miss this week, including Philly Fixed, who gets his hands on the enormous Metabo HPT 2.25 horsepower router. Shop Tool Reviews tries to kill the Flex battery chargers, and Workshop Addict, who reviews the Metabo HPT one-handed recip saw that also takes jigsaw blades. Which then, I guess, does that make it a barrel grip jigsaw?
Blessed be the barrel grip?
Blessed be. All of those reviews, along with the rest of the videos we feature, are all embedded into the article on our website, so you can watch them all in one place. We'll link to that below. It's Father's Day soon, which means one thing.
Ugly ties.
It means two things, the ugly ties and Father's Day gift guides, but fortunately ours don't include any ties. First up, Shane over at Construction Junkie put together a fabulous collection of Father's Day gifts guaranteed to put a smile on your tradesman dad, including a work hoodie, breaker finder, hex keys, and a trim puller. For the more traditional power tool fan, the team over at Ohio Power Tool put together their own list of 15 Father's Day favorites, including tools from DeWalt, Bosch, Milwaukee, Gear-Inch, Metabo, and some of the coolest hard hats I've ever seen from Lift.
I will take any of those hard hats.
Yeah, from what I've heard, you're getting Legos and you'll like it.
I'm okay with that.
If you have a tool fan dad, we'll link to both lists below.
Last week on Tool Talk, we asked you guys how we could best celebrate hitting 100,000 subscribers, and you had a ton of great ideas. You were all pretty unanimous about breaking up the $2,000 gift card into a bunch of smaller ones, which we'll probably do. We also love the idea of planning a long live show on a Saturday, and we're already working on getting as many of our YouTube friends involved as possible. The idea has also been floated to raise money for a charity during the event, which we have some clever ideas for that too. And today we're closing in on 96,000, so it's going to get here really quick. We're really hoping we can do this before Sarah goes into labor, but we'll see. If you have any more ideas, leave them below. For this week's Tool Talk, we're turning to the world of concrete, which ended yesterday. Yay! But as we mentioned last week, we didn't go. And yet, thanks to the many years that we did attend, we've been getting all the press releases this week and anxiously digging through them looking for big news. And we didn't really find anything.
The cart.
Except this cart. That's the Overland 950 series power wheelbarrow, which I'm gonna assume is 50 points better than the 900. So, do I need a battery-powered, 6-wheeled, 950-pound capacity wheelbarrow? What a stupid question. Anyways, the pickings seem kind of thin at World of Concrete, and we think we know why. You see, this is the 2021 World of Concrete that was supposed to happen back in January.
Thanks, Biden.
I actually don't think that's a thing yet.
Are we still blaming Obama for stuff?
Sure.
Okay, thanks, Obama.
So the World of Concrete was moved to June, but here's the thing. Next year, it's back in January, which means the next World of Concrete's only 6 months away, and hopefully COVID will be even more of a distant memory by then. So why spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on a mega booth at this event? Why indeed? We'll keep digging through press releases and try to have a full recap by next week's episode. So for this week's Tool Talk, we want to put you guys on staff. If you either attended World of Concrete or you know of any interesting announcements we might miss, let us know below so we can all pretend we were there.
Isn't it like 120 degrees there right now?
Actually, I think it is.
Yeah, then I'm not gonna pretend that I'm there. So last week we saw the launch of Hilti's new exoskeleton, which you can watch right here.
We want to thank Skill and Ohio Power Tool for sponsoring this episode. Guys, we couldn't do it without you.
If you liked our show, give it a thumbs up, and if you loved it, we hope that you subscribe.
Have a restful weekend, and we'll see you next week.